Hello everybody, I am going to go live in just 1 second, and I just have to be checking to make sure that we are in fact live. YouTube seems to be good. Checking Periscope right now. Periscope does not seem to be working. Let's see if we can get that set up. Bitrate is too high, so it can't connect. How do we fix that? Apparently I can't. In that case, I guess I'll just post the link to this on YouTube. Hello everybody, my name is Charlie and you are watching Altcoin Mentors YouTube channel, where our goal is to help you achieve your dreams of financial freedom through crypto trading and investing. First of all, let me thank you for watching this. I know that there are some hard times, we are in some hard times right now in crypto. If you're a hodler or if you've bought recently, you are definitely taking heat in your portfolio, and that is not always fun. So first of all, let me commend you for being in crypto. 99% of the world's population are not, and that already gives you a large advantage over everybody else. If you're watching this live right now, please type something in the chat. Awesome. Thank you, AO. You got there even before I said it. So today I'm going to be talking about the price action of the last week, going into my strategy for this next week, and then going over a few of the mistakes that I actually made over the past month or so, and then I'm going to go into the normal question and answering section. As usual, I have about an hour to an hour and a half, so if there are more questions, I will answer more. Let me switch over to the screencast. Awesome. So the first thing that I wanted to say was, if you are interested in seeing what we have in our portfolio right now, we do run a mono portfolio. Unfortunately, we did experience a bug with the CoinMarketCap API, so these historical statistics are actually not correct, and I still don't completely trust these numbers either. I did a small audit of them and they seemed fine, but I still wasn't completely sure. If you know of any good public portfolio tracking solutions, please reach out to me, because we really want to keep running the mono portfolio. Even though it is down right now, we are up quite a bit on the version 1, and I know that it helped a lot of people out. So again, if you know any good tracking solution that is public, please let me know. And if you don't have this link already, you can get it at altcoinmentors.com/portfolio. You just enter your email in and get it right away. The second thing to make note of is, if you want to get the strategy notes delivered to your inbox every morning, you can go to altcoinmentors.com/strategy and get that. Last but not least, if you are not in our Telegram channel, you can join at t.me/altcoinmentors. That's where we post all of our videos, charts during the day, and is overall the best place to keep up with us. And I think that's it. So let's get into this week's price action. I have a cleaner chart, because I know that that can sometimes be a lot. That is copy. Apparently I deleted it. That's unfortunate. Let me make that. Let me delete everything except for the green and even some of the other green things. Red, delete, delete. All right, and now we have a clean chart. So for those of you who are not familiar with Elliott wave, let me just introduce that briefly. What we're looking for is to find 5 waves up. Where your longest wave is the 3rd wave generally. In crypto, sometimes you can get extended fifths. But then you're also looking for the other side of that, which is going to be 3 waves down. And the often confusing thing for new people to Elliott wave is that these are fractals. So inside of this 1, 2, you have, yes, 5 waves up. And inside of the second wave down, you have your ABC, 3 waves. And then this larger pattern, of course, because the fractal, this is inside of a larger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. Let me delete those off the chart. So now that you're a little bit familiar with Elliott wave, let's look at the current price. And you'll see that we have this 5 wave move up from this low. Delete that. From the low on April 1st at 6,400. We have 5 waves up, and we're in the process of 3 waves down. Now, I am hoping that this is inside of a larger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. And in reality, it's a little bit more complicated than that, just because Bitcoin tends to stretch the rules a little bit. Or not stretch the rules, but stretch the guidelines. So this would actually be a leading diagonal, which I'm going to make a video on how I specifically like to use Elliott wave in the near future, so that you can get just a better idea of how I like to use it. Anyway, I'm hoping that we are close to the end of this C wave, which is going to be that larger 2. So if we just hide those again. And what's really crucial in Elliott wave is to use proper Fibonacci ratios. So if I have a Fibonacci ratio from here, this high, to the low, typically what you'll see is that second wave retraced to your 61.8%. And in reality, it's actually a range, commonly between the 38.2% to the 61.8%. But you'll see that after a very promising start dip into this range, Bitcoin dumped again, and it hit that 50% almost on the dot again. It rallied up and then failed and kind of just dumped right through this level. Now, your invalidation is not technically until below the start here, but you can start to get a little bit more careful once it breaks the 76.4%, which is this red line here at 70.70. And you see that while we've held up against it for now, I cannot guarantee that it will hold in the future, although there are some signs that this is becoming an exhausted bearish trend. Now, it does not mean that we are definitely going to launch immediately into that wave 3 that I would like. And it does, and like I said before, it does not mean that we're going to break it just because this trend is negative. It is trading with Elliott wave is closer to you define the probabilities and then you let the market tell you which one is correct. Now with Bitcoin, right now, like I said, it blew through that range, but Bitcoin is really the exception here. If you go to some other chart like Ethereum, Ethereum is holding very well above that range. You'll see that it is right inside of the box between the 38.2 and the 61.8% retrace, and not even really close to that 76.4%. And this tells me that because almost everything is correlated, and believe me, I've gotten in trouble before into trading this exactly, but I think as a general rule, you can assume that things are correlated. Because Ethereum is holding very well, I'm going to apply that thinking into Bitcoin, because there is no way that, it is very hard to argue that this is bearish action in Ethereum right now. Very, very hard to argue that. And because of this, I also think that Bitcoin will itself prove to be more bullish as well. Now, you may have noticed, and you may have felt it yourself, that thinking crypto's over, it's dead, Bitcoin's going to 0, or maybe even Bitcoin's going to 5,000. We're going to see 5,000 really soon, 6,000. But if you look into more of the LA wave principle, you realize that this is what a wave 2 is about. So this is just a summary of the LA wave principle book. You see wave personality. Apparently I can't select anything on this page. Oh, that's unfortunate. But it's this right here. Wave 2s. The masses are convinced that the old trend is still in force, and pessimism is even worse than the origin of one. Here we go again. Wave 2s exhibit low volume and volatility with sentiment at its low. Wave 2s are a great trading opportunity. Now, let's break that down. The masses are convinced that the old trend is still in force. How many people on Twitter have you seen recently that are panic selling, or are saying the bear market's back, or perhaps even you yourself are more pessimistic than when Bitcoin was at 6,400 or Ethereum at 3,500? You think, here we go again. We're going back down, and the bear market is not over. And we have certainly seen lower volume and volatility. My father Peter, he has noted this and almost defined it to a science, where Bitcoin just pops in ranges. You get pop up, low volatility, very high volatility, but for a very short amount of time, and then just stays in the same place, goes up, stays in the same place, down, stays in the same place. This happens on every level too. If you scroll into a 10-minute, it's happening here too. Pop up, same place. Up, down, same place. And this is all very congruent with what we would expect in a wave 2. That said, let me go back to the 6-hour chart. That said, I really do not like to see Bitcoin this close to the 76.4% retrace. And it is forcing me to, while not dismiss this completely if it hits this red line, it is forcing me to consider two other possibilities that are different from the 1-2 count from here. So I'm going to show those right now. Those are the triangle counts. Now, a triangle can either be a continuation or a reversal. Now, continuations are slightly more likely, so I'm going to show that first. This is the continuation, where you have your A wave down here. So in this case, you'd have 3 waves down for that A. And then your B wave can also be a triangle, which it is forming out right now. And then you would go down into a lower C wave, and you can see the optimal spot for that C wave would be around 4,800 to 3,400. And the only problem that I see with this is that, like I said, other coins like Ethereum are really hard to argue to be bearish. So unless something really drastic happens in everything else, I don't expect this to play out necessarily. So now let's move on to the what happens if the triangle is a reversal. This is my number one alternative count to the 1-2 here. And that is the smaller triangle to complete that fourth wave. Now, if this is the case, it means that we're going to bounce somewhere off of this lower trend line. So let me define a range here. Let's say between 7,000 and 7,100. And then we bounce out of that, and then we start that trek up to the eventual target of 48,000 to 82,000, which is my target for the end of wave 5 of 3 in Bitcoin specifically. In Ethereum, that's going to be around 3,500 with possibly an extension. Ripple, I think, is like $3.5, but very, very bullish if the triangle plays out. It's actually more bullish than if it's a 1-2, because the 1-2 is still part of a leading diagonal and still calls for another wave, larger wave 2. It's hard to talk about this without showing it, but believe me, this triangle is even more bullish than if it was in fact a 1-2. So like I said, we have to be very cognizant that this is in fact, we have to be cognizant that this is the count. And I'm still going to be tracking the 1-2 off of here. And if it ends up breaking out of the expectation, then I will go into this count. And if it breaks the expectation here as well and becomes more bearish, then I will have to consider this. So in more concrete terms, let's say, if we start missing Fibonacci targets off of this low, then I'm going to think that it is this. And if we start to fail to hit, if we start to fail we start to fail the next degree off of this, then it's much more likely that this is in play. And of course, I'm going to be calling this out in the strategy notes and on these live streams as it happens. Let's see, is there anything else I need to cover? Yeah. Like I said, Bitcoin is mainly by itself in going this low for its potential wave 2. The only other one that I'm tracking that just really went super duper low is Request Network. Request Network almost retraced down to its April lows, and this is very not good, especially considering that it had bottomed before most other things. So I still have quite a bit of Request Network, but I'm going to be looking to get out of it in the near future, just because I really don't like what this is showing me right now. But like I said, everything else still is pretty shallow. Let's take a look at Loom. Loom is one that's still shallow. I know Florin is still shallow. Wanchain is right at expectation. Enigma is still at expectation. I'm just showing you these so that you know I'm not lying. Yeah, Loom hasn't even entered the green box that I would like to see. Florin coin is still shallow. Wanchain did go a little bit deeper, but right at expectation. And Enigma, you can see it bounced off of that 618. So this is Bitcoin's really alone in being a more potentially bearish. So for all the people on Twitter who think that we are starting a major bear trend, I have to say that I very strongly believe that is not the case. I really need to see a lot more to believe that. And that a lot more will have to be a reversal from here to the upside, but it would only happen in 3 waves. That would be extremely bearish. Oh, it looks like TradingView just crashed on me. It's unfortunate. Anyway, if I saw only 3 waves up and we stopped hitting those impulsive targets, that would be very bearish. Or, no, I guess that's the main one. Like I said, if you look at the technicals, things are really... It really looks like we're going to get some sort of a bounce soon. I mean, look how there's lots of divergence. This thing's getting in the way. But you can see that on the 90-minute, beautiful head and shoulders here on the OBV oscillator. You get some of that on your MACD, and your MACD is making higher lows despite lower lows in the price. Now, in all fairness, I did say that there was divergence here, which there was, and that did end up ultimately failing. But what I'm saying is that we did get a warning that this would fail, in that this was overlapping and coming in 3 waves. So what I'm going to expect is either one more low down or bouncing up, and if it is in 3 waves, then we go back down. So there's going to be early warning and plenty of time to get out if in fact this is more bearish. And you might even be out in profit. I probably will, because the majority of my buys were not until 7,500, and that's not too far around the corner. All right, what else did I want to say on this? Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for that specifically. Now I'm going to talk about some of the mistakes that I had made in this correction. Let me go back to the TradingView chart. But in summary, for the technical analysis section, it's hard for me to be extremely bearish right now. We'd have to start either breaking supports or being corrective off of the lows. All right, so mistakes that I had made during this correction. I was mainly out of most of my coins after this. And this is actually a good lesson. So I held a lot, the majority of things down here, got out of some at this point here because it was 3 off the low, got out of more here, again, 3 off the low, and then, you guessed it, 3 off of the low here, got out of a lot, almost everything. And as a result, I missed out on this run right here. Like almost... yeah, the entirety of it. I basically had no exposure, which was a mistake in hindsight. So that was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 was buying too quickly into the market. Because I was used to looking down for so long, I was overexcited and gotten emotional, and I really wanted to get back in. I really wanted to get back into crypto. I had made like 25 times my money in the last big bull run from January to December, and I really wanted a piece of that again. I wanted that feeling of euphoria of thinking that you were better than everyone else because you were in crypto and you were benefiting from it. And I know all of you had that feeling. So I wanted that really badly. So I entered too early, and it was very emotional. And emotions do not really have a place in trading. If you're emotional, you're going to make mistakes like these. I had thought that this might have been all for the correction, even though we had not gotten yet to the 38.2% retrace. And that this might have been just a leading diagonal off of the lows. And you see it did hold here, and that we're just going to zoom up from here into that wave 3. When we broke down, I thought, okay, yeah, while that might have broken down, we can still see a very shallow wave 2. So I had bought I added more to my existing order at the 8300 region. And then again, I thought that we had a leading diagonal off of here, which I should not have thought. And so I did not sell at the, in retrospect, very obvious 3-wave move up. And because I was still long from here, I did not take the opportunity to short. For example, my father Peter, in the modern portfolio, you can see all of the short trades that he had taken that added up to, I think, around 50%. Him making 50% on Bitcoin on his trading challenge. So just trading this here was 50%, and I missed out on almost all of that just because I was very tied to my position of being long and not really taking in other opinions. I really did not think that we could get to a retrace this low. And as a result, my risk limit was such that I'm not able to buy any more right now because I had already put that in. I'm sitting at 0% cash right now, which is not a comfortable position. So yeah, I hope that knowing my mistakes can help you be a little bit a better trader than myself. Because even though I know that if you guys are just starting to learn investing and trading, especially in crypto where it's very emotional, you're going to have to make your own mistakes and you're going to lose money because of it. But maybe you'll only make those mistakes once after hearing it from me. And that's really my goal here. So I hope that was helpful. The key takeaway I'm going to say is don't be attached. Don't let your positions affect your analysis. And recognize your emotional state when making decisions and actively counteract it. Cool. Do I have anything else that I wanted to say? I don't think so. I think that there's some more people watching right now, so I will let some questions come into the chat box while I shill some of our altcoin mentor stuff. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat below. In the meantime, if you want to get this strategy email delivered to your inbox every single day, this is what it looks like. I have analysis, charts, lots of stuff. You can go to altcoinmentors.com/strategy and sign up right there. And as always, we have the model portfolio, which we are looking to change. And again, if you know of any public portfolio tracker that we can use for this, please let me know, because Excel is just not cutting it. It's too unreliable. It's hard to share, etc. And lastly, certainly not least, Telegram, best place to keep up with us. We post charts, all of our videos, trading tips, and more. That is t.me/altcoinmentors or altcoinmentors.com/telegram. You can follow me on Twitter at IamCharlieU, twitter.com/IamCharlieU. And you can follow us at altcoinmentors or twitter.com/altcoin_mentors. We're also at altcoinmentors.com/Twitter. Okay, let's take some questions. From the beginning of the stream, AO Crypto asked, "Hi Charlie, what are your thoughts on Silica?" So I don't know if that was a fundamental or technical analysis that you wanted, but I'll do both. Ooh, very nice. Wow, look at that. Silica is still holding above its support. So we had a wave 1, 2, and then your third wave here, and then now we're in the fourth. And you can see that we are sitting right at that 61.8% retrace. So this is the level. I want it to keep bouncing around here before going into that fifth. And you really don't want to see it below the 50%, which is at 9 cents. So if it gets below 9 cents, it's something more bearish. Silica. Fundamentally, first of all, slow website. Not. Actually, it might be good. It means a lot of people are visiting it. They were the first to have a real solution for sharding, which I like. They have the fastest working blockchain, I think. But the problem is that they don't have anything else, right? Ethereum has network effects. It has the ERC20 standard. You have lots and lots of people teaching Solidity development. It's the second largest cryptocurrency. All this stuff that really gives it a lot of momentum going forward to become a dominant smart contract platform. Whereas Silica just has its technical capability. So I really don't believe in the theory that there are going to be multiple blockchains all for different things. And even if that were true, I think that Ethereum, Silica, EOS, Neo, all these smart contract platforms, they really kind of overlap with each other in terms of use case. And it doesn't really bode well for the losers of that. Personally, I think that the winners are most likely to be either EOS or Ethereum. I give the slight edge. Actually, I'd say that it's about 50-50. Base rate is that Ethereum wins because of the network effects. But the real game changer with EOS is its better tech and its large war chest. They have over $2 billion, I think, to incentivize developers to build on their platform. So I am only trading Silica off of the chart. I am not doing any fundamentals. I'm not going to be holding it for the long term. Unless it becomes clear that they can win as a dominant smart contract platform. All right, I hope that if you had any more specific questions on Silica, let me know, but I think that must have covered it. What are your thoughts on Nano, TA and fundamentals? So again, with the Lightning Network coming out, it's hard to be very bullish on Nano because the main use case, the main selling point is, whoa, my God. Wow, that's not pretty. Ooh. Yeah, like I was saying, the main selling point was that it's faster and cheaper than Bitcoin, but with Lightning Network coming out, it's not. And this chart looks absolutely horrible. It broke below its April lows completely. So let me just delete all that stuff because that's no longer a thing. Wow. And, you know, it's not dead yet. Really, that larger 38.2% retrace is going to be at your 3.33 level, and it looks like it's heading there in a hurry. And I'll give it until 1.62 before I would really say that this is a dead coin. But yeah, it's really not looking healthy. All right, well, this is another example of a coin that broke below its lows. So if it doesn't rally out of this zone, it's very, very bearish. Yeah. Okay. Suggested readings for learning Elliott Wave. First of all, pick up the book, The Elliott Wave Principle. Okay, where's the book? There's a link to the book somewhere. If you go on Amazon, look up Elliott Wave Principle. That's the book to get. It's this. It looks like this. Yeah, okay. It looks like this. By Frost and Prechter. and just read that. Secondly, I highly recommend the membership site, ElliotWaveTrader.net. So you can sign up and get free access for 15 days. No, I am not an affiliate, I promise you. I just have learned everything, almost everything I know about Elliott Wave from this site. And you'll see that I am a very active member on here, so you'll get to see me posting in the trading room. And finally, if you want to learn Elliott Wave, you really, really do need to chart yourself. And for that, TradingView. But yeah. Okay. Since you know your Fibonacci stuff, what's your take on this? On what? I think you're missing half of your comment. Maybe it just doesn't show in my, how do I get to the live? Go live. This is not what I want. YouTube, if you're watching, please change your UI. Okay, Alex, you can message me on Twitter. So just go to my Twitter, twitter.com/IamCharlieU, and DM me that link. The 21 Fibonacci time zone. Yeah, I'm really going to need a link to this, because I have no idea what you're talking about. In the meantime, if anyone has any other questions, I still have 20 more minutes until it's an hour. I guess that's kind of arbitrary. So, are you really Charlie? Yes. I don't know why that would be an issue. Why? You think I'm an imposter or something? That's interesting. Any other questions, guys? Definitely less engagement than before. This definitely bodes well for that wave 2. Why do you think Lightning Network will phase out Nano? Why would anyone use Nano if there's Lightning Network, right? You just think about it from, if you're trying to sign a payment, why would you use Nano? I thought you said you were Peter. No, I'm not Peter. Peter is my father, and he makes the technical analysis videos and like the other technical analysis videos, and the trading challenge videos, and the trading tips videos, and I'm doing the more fundamental analysis videos and the live streams. Okay, let's look at this. Fib time zone plus full moon confluence signals a potential reversal. What the fuck? This is based on astrology? Yeah, I think it's, yeah, I don't, I've seen crazier things work, but I'm gonna have to say that using moon phases is not gonna work. Yeah, so I hope that this guy is, I hope it works out for him. Oh, well, this is in the past. He's shorting from 7K up. Yeah, this didn't work out. Yeah, what? This didn't work out at all. This was the bottom. The bottom was, yeah, 6,400. This didn't work out at all. Read the entire thread. Okay. Next fib time zone lands in the first week of June. This lines up with my extrapolated time frame for the bottom calculated from the ratio. Why am I following this guy? I don't know if... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to say that I'm leaving open the possibility that this will work. But I think it is low probability. I haven't particularly seen many things work in terms of timing in crypto. So there's like Hurst cycles, there's sine waves, there's Fibonacci times, and I haven't seen any of it work. So yeah. Mostly interested in the Fibonacci time zone stuff. Yeah, so it works in other markets. Like it works in equities, futures, but I think the main reason that it doesn't work in crypto is because crypto volume is so volatile, whereas you have pretty consistent market volume in things like ES. So it actually works in those, or like in the VIX. I've seen timing work really well in the VIX, but I think it's just too hard to predict in crypto. If we had tick charts, that would be a different story. I wonder if I could get tick charts for crypto. That'd be cool. Opening channel seems like a hassle with Lightning compared to Nano's free on-chain settlement. You only have to open one channel, basically. Up to 3, I think, before you have like 99% coverage of the entire network. So you would most likely have an existing channel open to someone, and you're just paying the routing fees. So it's like nothing. Do I own any Tron? No, I don't own any Tron. I definitely don't own any Tron. I'll take a look at the chart just to see what's up. Okay, I need a longer term chart than that. TRX USD. Binance. Actually, not bad. That came pretty close, actually. I'm pretty sure that I drew this coming out of this wave 2. So that was kind of close. So let's just adjust things a smidge. Yeah. Is this... Hey, look at that. That's pretty good. That's pretty nice. I'll say that that's a 4, and you'll probably get this 5th breaking. But yeah, I mean, it looks good for a this looks good for a leading diagonal 1. So I'm gonna say that target is 13 cents. I'll say 12 cents to 14.5 cents. But beware that if it breaks below this area, or if it just breaks below here, it is really not looking good. and could be some other, it could be a larger leading diagonal. So it could be like something like that, where this is just 1, and then you get to 2 here, 2 all the way down here. So this is not high probability at all, because it is a leading, it does look like a leading diagonal. Or it could be an impulse, I guess. Yeah, it could be. So if it is an impulse, it's really running out of room to stay impulsive before it starts to become something more bearish. Do you ever trade according to news-based info, or is it just TA? So I set price levels with TA, and I use fundamentals to try and do timing. So, for example, Verge. Verge looked like it was only 3 waves up, but it looked like it was only 3 waves up, and then it was going to have like that major partnership announcement. And so I thought that that would be a good time for it to reverse. And EOS. So like EOS is coming out with their mainnet soon. Oh, I guess Tron is coming out. Okay. I set that price level for Tron. So if I have conviction that this is a bullish chart, which unfortunately I do think is a bullish chart, then I would say that, yeah, it is likely that it will pop on mainnet launch. If it is a mainnet launch. I haven't looked into it. EOS, I know, is doing a real mainnet launch and is also due for a reversal to the upside. So yeah, just the same thing. I think that it's likely that it'll get a pop up on its mainnet launch, but otherwise I don't use news-based info. I think it's too hard to predict what's actually going to happen, because you just never know what things the market's going to take badly and what things the market's just going to shrug off. So I don't think you can determine direction based on news. You really have to just use it for timing. ICX, is it dead? I just looked at this today, so I can tell you it is not dead. It's just not optimal. It's just like Bitcoin in that it had a deeper retrace down here, but it's nothing to be, definitely nothing to be concerned about, to be overly concerned about yet. The long-term chart is very bullish. The only things that are concerning is that this looks like 3 waves up, but it does have the potential to turn into a 1-2-1-2 if we can break above this high. And that's what I'm counting it as now, given the stance of the rest of the market. Any other suggested reading for new traders? Yeah. Anything by Mark Douglas. So he wrote The Disciplined Trader and Trading in the Zone. So it is Peter's belief, and subsequently my belief, that trading is mainly psychological, or at least the obstacles that people run into are mainly psychological. And that's why we haven't really put out that many TA videos, because we don't really believe that analysis is that important. Really, if your only heuristic in trading was that it's closer to the top than the bottom, you sell, and if it's closer to the bottom than the top, then you buy, you could still be profitable with that. You could still be greatly profitable with that. But you just have to have the right mentality and the right mindset. You have to know when your emotions are getting the best of you. You have to know when to change your mind. All that stuff. All that stuff is covered in those books, Trading in the Zone, Disciplined Trader. And my dad is really trying to cover those in his own trading tips videos. Target for EOS. And then you want to do a chart on Republic Protocol. Republic Protocol doesn't have a chart on TradingView, so I can't actually pull it up here and do a good technical analysis on it. Okay, so first, target on EOS, $33 to $41. Republic Protocol. Okay, nice. I'm actually pick up some more right now. It looks pretty good. The last time I tried, every single time I've done technical analysis on CoinMarketCap charts, it's been wrong. So but I will entertain it. It could be 5 ways up and be a 1-2. If it is, it does look like it could go down more. But I wouldn't necessarily expect it. Yeah, it's like I can't do any Fibonacci study on here. I can't do any, yeah, zooming in, zooming out for structure. So unfortunately, yeah, can't say much about this chart. Fundamentally, I think that this is this can easily 10x from here and still be reasonable. So I really like this. All about Daddy Bitcoin. Bears are out in force. Yes, they are. I agree 100%. If Bitcoin doesn't get its act together soon and start ramping up, it is bye-bye to crypto profits for a long time. Because if we break below this low, it's not like it just reverses right after the low. The next levels of support after 6,000 are not until like 44,000, and then below that 3,000. So, and also, I know I said I didn't believe in timing things before, but okay, I'm not going to say that either because I don't believe in it. It's just interesting. But there is someone who has been right in the past that is saying that if we don't rally now, that we're in for a 2014-like bear market. But take it with a grain of salt. Again, I don't necessarily think that a lot of those things are accurate. Any more questions, guys? You know, there's actually more engagement than I thought would be on here. So I can't tell if it means that our channel is growing, or if that I'm more bullish than I should be and we can go down more. Hopefully we're growing. All right, looks like there are no more questions. Cool. Thank you everyone for watching. Once again, my name is Charlie from Altcoin Mentors. And we are here to help you achieve your financial goals through cryptocurrency trading and investing. It is just me and Peter, my father, who has over 20 years of trading experience. And I myself have been in tech for 5 years, so I have a very good base to understand the fundamentals of cryptocurrency. And I'm also from more of the startup-y side, so I think I have a little bit more of an edge when it comes to evaluating the newer projects and how things grow and evolve in new spaces. If you've never joined us before, welcome. I hope you stay. I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit the like button if you like this video, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. The best place to follow us is on Twitter and Telegram. Our Telegram can be found at altcoinmentors.com/telegram. Twitter, you can follow me at IamCharlieU, or you can follow us at altcoin_mentors. And if you want to get the strategy notes in your inbox every single week on Sunday morning, you can go to altcoinmentors.com/strategy and get those right away. Oh, I never switched to webcam. Damn it. That's okay. Last questions, as there always are. What do you think of this fractal hopium? I contributed to the fractal hopium. Personally, I don't put much. I don't trade based on fractals. But I do think it's just interesting to see. So yeah, this is the fractal I'm guessing you're talking about. But I'm just saying, it looks really close. It looks really close. But this was a very unconventional pattern. So I do think that if something similar played out, we would get one more low before going up. All right, and there's one more question in here. Do you think it's a good time to short? No, definitely not. Well, it depends on your time frame, actually. If your time frame is very short term and you're scalping, I think it is not unlikely that we get one more low. But on a medium term time frame, I think we go higher first, and then on a longer term time frame, I'm definitely a bull. The next very good time to short would be if we only get 3 waves up from here and we fail an impulse. Then I will be joining you on the short train. But I will say that shorting in general is definitely more difficult. Definitely more difficult than longing in everything, not just crypto. And I'm not going to say never short Bitcoin, but if your time frame is not short, or if you don't have a short time frame, I wouldn't suggest it unless you're hedging. If you're hedging, then do what you want. Cool. Hope all of you have a wonderful week and that you excel in whatever you do. For me, I'm now trading full time, so hopefully I can have another good week. The last week was not great to me, partly due to some of those mistakes I mentioned earlier, and partly due to SPX chopping sideways. That always gets me as an options trader, as a long gamma options trader. That really got me. Yeah. Good luck. Have a great week. Thank you for watching. And I should probably get some sort of cool outro.